There aren't a lot of updates on the legal case against Matt Gaetz just yet, but that does not mean that he has not been busy in the court of public opinion to reassure everyone that he ain't worried about this at all. He's doing just fine. And it's not causing any concerns personally for him either, the allegations that he engaged in underage sex trafficking. If you go to his profile page on Twitter, where I have Bunny Hugger, he has happy husband. He's just a happy husband and a Florida man. One of those two things is true. He is a Florida man. But he wants to really reassure you, Jason, that everything is working out just fine. He recently tweeted, "My politics are whatever this is," with a photo of him and his wife looking at either the sea or the flags or both, I don't know. And she responded with, "Mine or whatever this is," and now they've kissed. And it's not a selfie, like they have a photo crew that took photos of the back of their head. My politics are looking at politicians like this and just thinking, what is this? I don't know. But anyway, they're very happy, Jason, which means there's nothing to worry about, which means there's no case against Matt Gaetz. That's what I'm getting out of this very carefully crafted PR effort by Matt Gaetz.
Oh man, I am too. Social media is just really crappy. Okay, so good analysis on who took that picture. Who did they hire to take that picture? Secondly, I hate these living your best life shots these couples do, especially here in Florida. Things that happen in Florida. People park their cars on their lawn, weird. Trucks parked on lawns everywhere. And photos like this with Matt Gaetz and his happy wife. But this is what his base, they want to see, right? They want good traditional values, right? We can forgive everything as long as you make amends, you get back to what matters. That's being a good husband, being a law-abiding citizen, and putting the Lord first and standing for America. That'll get you off. Seriously, that'll get you off, because that's what essentially what he's saying, and that's what people do. You hit the nail on the head, John. It's a rebrand for Matt Gaetz, and all the pictures you showed leading up to that were he's so smug, but. I feel like Matt Gaetz is going to get away with a lot. Seriously.
Yeah, we've talked about this a few times. It's entirely possible. We're going to have in just a moment a little bit of an update on it. But it's not just people on social media that are noticing him going really hard on the "no, I swear we're happy" thing. Let's see. A Republican who worked with Gaetz in Florida said it's definitely been noticed. It's somewhere between look over here magic trick stuff and maybe pretending the investigation isn't happening. There's not a lot that Matt Gaetz does that isn't in some way, shape, or form very carefully crafted image management. Apologies. Another Florida political insider said, Matt is all about the optics. If you told me tomorrow he's adopted a baby from the African continent, it'd be like he's firing on all cylinders. That's a weird example to give, but sure, he is about the optics. And bear in mind, these optics don't come cheap. I can't say for sure that these are the people that took the photo, but we do know that he paid $825,000 to the Logan Circle Group for advertising and strategic campaign consulting. In like a 1 month period earlier this year, he spent $825,000. They also spent $20,000 to Roger Stone's Florida firm Drake Ventures LLC for strategic campaign consulting. Apparently for the $20,000, they advertised that he should dress up like Two-Face everywhere he goes. They decided not to go with that advice. I think that was probably a good call. Roger Stone, it's not all hits with him. But anyway, yeah, they want you to believe that everything is just fine. And I sort of get that. And speculation about the personal life is probably pointless, but it is Friday and I don't care anymore. I don't buy it.
I don't buy it either. No, look, if people that have a happy life, if your truth is your truth and your life is truly that, you don't have to have a highlight reel to show that, right? Also, man, those sums of money to pay to fix stuff is just indicative of like, yeah, Matt Gaetz is a smart guy. He realizes that you got to invest, and it's like a bad episode of Scandal. He hired Olivia Pope to come in and fix the situation, and he paid over $1 million for it, close to $1 million for it. And this is the return on his investment, right? This is what they told him to do. And politicians that are that desperate to stay in the zeitgeist, to stay in control, to get whatever power they're trying to get to ascend to whatever level they want to ascend to, a price tag, nothing.
Yeah,
it's nothing.
100%.
Like that's pocket change. He would probably have spent more if he could.
It bothers me for the reasons we've said. It also bothers me because it really preempts. My wife and I paid $100,000 and we had a photographer come, and it was a photo of the back of our heads watching Squid Game. And now it's just gonna seem like we're mocking them when it was really what we wanted to do with $100,000. So thanks, Matt Gaetz. But anyway, he's still facing these allegations, by the way. Joel Greenberg, former Gaetz associate, has pleaded guilty to sex trafficking a 17-year-old, said that he witnessed Gaetz having sex with the 17-year-old and that she was paid to do so. Gaetz has denied all of this, but the update recently, we didn't report on this, is that Greenberg's lawyer this week asked a judge to delay his sentencing another 5 months until March as Greenberg continues to cooperate with the government. That might mean that he has more. It might also mean that he hasn't delivered enough. So maybe that's good news, maybe that's bad news. I'm honestly not even sure. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that was a cute picture. Yeah, I bet you they have like really like just like boring sex though. They look like a boring sex couple.
Oh, Jason.
I mean,
granted, it's Friday, but
it's Friday.
No. Now, I do want to mock him just a little bit more. We're not doing a full story on this, but maybe this is the last of the Stephanie Grisham things dropping. But Stephanie Grisham says that when Trump, quote, needed someone to tell him how awesome he was, he'd call Matt Gaetz, who would sing for his supper. That is so sad, man. And like, it's not sad because you're the hype man for somebody. That's not sad. You can be the hype man. And if like Bernie needed me to talk to him every once in a while and tell him that he's great or whatever, I'll do that a little bit. I'll sing for my supper. But it's who you're doing it for. He ain't great. Why are you so excited about this guy who sucks so bad?
Yeah.
And by the way, she also said he would do anything for Trump and a TV hit, though not necessarily in that order, which I love. And it's totally true. That's so totally true. Who he is. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.